Hello, and welcome to today's briefing. I'm Dana, and joining me is Matt. We're covering the latest news across politics, economy, sports, and more.
That's right, Dana. I'm Matt. Let's dive into our first story.
UK Defense Secretary John Healey has resigned, citing concerns that the government's defense spending plans are insufficient. The reporting suggests he told Prime Minister Keir Starmer that the current plans fall short of what's needed at this time.
That's a significant move. What were the specific concerns Healey had regarding the defense spending plans?
The articles indicate that Healey felt the government's commitment to military spending wasn't enough to address growing global threats. He apparently believed Britain needed a stronger defense budget to stay safe.
So this isn't just about budget numbers, it's about national security. Did the reporting say how Prime Minister Keir Starmer responded to Healey's concerns?
Not directly, but it seems Starmer's government is under pressure to revisit their defense spending commitments following Healey's resignation. The articles suggest this could lead to a broader discussion about military funding.
That ties into the broader context. Speaking of tensions, let's move to another story.
President Donald Trump has called off planned strikes on Iran, stating that a final peace deal is nearly in place. The reporting indicates this decision followed high-level discussions and approval of ceasefire points by several nations.
That's a dramatic turn of events. What are the key elements of this potential peace deal according to the reporting?
The articles mention that Washington, Israel, and other nations have been involved in the negotiations. Details of the deal are expected to be announced soon, and there's mention of a continued naval blockade until the transaction is finalized.
A naval blockade suggests there are still significant concerns about Iran's activities. How does this development impact the regional dynamics?
The reporting indicates that this move has deepened fears of a wider regional conflict, and there's been volatility in global oil markets. It seems the situation remains delicate.
Let's connect this to another related story.
Iranian state media announced the closure of the Strait of Hormuz to commercial shipping amid renewed U.S. military strikes on Iranian targets. The reporting warns that any vessel attempting to pass through could be targeted.
That's a critical waterway. What are the implications of its closure for global shipping and oil markets?
The Strait of Hormuz is a vital route for oil exports. Closure or restrictions here can significantly impact global oil supplies and prices. The reporting suggests the U.S. has stated that ships continue to transit despite Iran's declaration.
So there's a bit of a standoff. How have other nations reacted to Iran's announcement?
The articles don't provide a comprehensive view of international reactions, but it's clear that the situation is being closely watched. The U.S. and other nations are likely monitoring developments closely.
Let's move on to another story related to the Iran situation.
3 Indian sailors died in a U.S. military operation to halt a tanker off Oman. The reporting indicates that Washington said it carried out a precision strike after the vessel failed to follow instructions.
That's a tragic incident. What were the circumstances surrounding the U.S. strike on the tanker?
According to the reporting, the U.S. military said the vessel was carrying oil from Iran and didn't comply with their instructions. Indian authorities have summoned the U.S. Deputy Chief of Mission after lodging a strong protest.
This incident highlights the risks faced by commercial shipping in conflict zones. How might this affect India's relations with the U.S.?
The articles suggest that New Delhi has lodged a strong protest, which indicates a significant diplomatic fallout. This could strain India-U.S. relations, at least in the short term.
Let's shift gears to the economy.
OpenAI is considering drastic price cuts for its AI models to compete with Anthropic. The Wall Street Journal reported this, citing people familiar with the matter.
Price cuts can be a significant competitive move. What are the implications of this potential strategy for OpenAI and the AI market?
If OpenAI lowers prices, it could attract more users and gain an edge over Anthropic. This suggests a competitive pricing war might be on the horizon in the AI space.
That has broader implications for the tech industry. Let's explore another economic story.
The Indian government has exempted excise duty on petrol blends containing 22 to 30% ethanol. The reporting indicates this aims to encourage higher ethanol adoption and reduce crude oil imports.
That's an interesting policy move. How might waiving excise duty on higher ethanol blends impact the energy sector?
This could boost domestic biofuel use and increase energy security. It aligns with efforts to reduce dependence on imported crude oil and promote cleaner energy sources.
Let's discuss another significant economic development.
SpaceX is set to debut on Wall Street with a record-setting IPO priced at $135 a share. The reporting indicates both institutional and retail investors are expected to be interested.
That's a major financial event. What are the key details about SpaceX's IPO and its potential impact?
The IPO is valued at $75 billion, making it one of the largest ever. This could significantly impact the tech and space investment landscape.
Elon Musk's ventures often make headlines. Let's move to another story about AI and tech.
Tata Consulting Services, TCS, has partnered with Anthropic to scale enterprise AI adoption. The reporting indicates they will equip 50,000 TCS employees with Anthropic's Claude AI models.
That's a significant collaboration. What are the expected outcomes of this partnership between TCS and Anthropic?
The partnership aims to accelerate AI adoption in enterprises and develop industry-specific AI solutions. This could have a substantial impact on how businesses integrate AI into their operations.
Let's move to the sports section.
The 2026 World Cup kicks off with Mexico hosting South Africa. The reporting indicates high hopes for Mexico's performance in Group A.
The World Cup always brings excitement. What are the key storylines surrounding this opening match?
The articles mention that Mexico is expected to win Group A, with South Korea and Czechia following in the group. There's also mention of potential violent clashes around the stadium.
Let's explore that incident further.
The World Cup opening match saw violent outbursts around the Azteca Stadium. The reporting indicates unrest and protests outside the stadium, with footage showing clashes between protesters and riot police.
That's concerning. How might such incidents affect the overall atmosphere of the World Cup?
The articles suggest that the clashes were a significant issue. Such events can overshadow the sporting event and impact the experience for fans and players alike.
Let's move to another sports story.
Ex-NFL player Henry Ruggs was denied parole nearly 5 years after a fatal car crash in Las Vegas. The reporting indicates Ruggs was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison.
That's a serious case. What were the circumstances surrounding the car crash and Ruggs' sentencing?
According to the reporting, Ruggs was driving at high speeds and crashed into another vehicle, resulting in a fatality. He was convicted of DUI-related charges.
The legal consequences for such actions can be severe. Let's switch to entertainment news.
A third installment of the Jump Street franchise is in development, with Joa Hill and Channing Tatum potentially returning. The reporting indicates this sequel is in the works at Sony.
Fans of the franchise are likely excited. What are the key details about the potential new Jump Street movie?
The article suggests that the original stars are in talks to return, which would be a significant draw for fans of the previous films.
Let's discuss another entertainment story.
Steven Spielberg revealed he was repeatedly turned down to direct a James Bond film. The reporting indicates Spielberg expressed regrets about not being approached for the project.
That's a notable piece of Hollywood history. What were Spielberg's comments about being turned down?
Spielberg mentioned that producer Albert Cubby Broccoli ignored his requests to direct a Bond film. Spielberg seemed to have a somewhat lighthearted take on being rejected.
Let's move to another entertainment story.
Chrissy Teigen announced the sudden death of her father, Ron Teigen Sr. The reporting indicates Teigen shared her loss on social media.
Losing a loved one is always difficult. How did Teigen express her grief on social media?
Teigen shared a heartfelt post stating she woke up with a daddy and went to bed without one. The reporting suggests this was a poignant expression of her loss.
Let's cover some other news stories.
Pakistan held a mass funeral for 22 soldiers killed in a helicopter crash in Kashmir. The reporting indicates rescuers recovered all the bodies, confirming no survivors.
That's a somber event. What were the circumstances surrounding the helicopter crash?
The article suggests the crash was likely due to a technical fault. An investigation is underway.
Let's discuss the weather.
Delhi is expected to face severe weather tonight, with forecasts indicating dust storms, thunderstorms, and heavy rainfall. Authorities have issued a yellow alert.
That's significant weather activity. How might this impact daily life in Delhi?
The reporting warns of reduced visibility, traffic disruptions, and potential power outages. Residents are advised to remain cautious.
As we wrap up, let's summarize the key stories we've covered today.
We've discussed the resignation of UK Defense Secretary John Healey over defense spending, Trump's cancellation of planned strikes on Iran, Iran's declaration to close the Strait of Hormuz, the death of Indian seafarers in a U.S. strike, OpenAI's potential price cuts, the Indian government's excise duty waiver on higher ethanol blends, SpaceX's record-setting IPO, TCS's partnership with Anthropic, World Cup opening match incidents, Henry Ruggs' parole denial, and various entertainment news stories.
That's a comprehensive overview. It's been a busy news day with significant developments across multiple categories.
And as we sign off, we remind our listeners that we'll be back tomorrow with more updates.
Thank you for tuning in.
Good night. Good night.